At this point, there's nothing to be alarmed about. It's just a bump in the road that we're dealing with, and there's probably going to be others before the doors open on those two schools.
District leaders say contaminated soil at the construction site of a new Corning Painted Post school building poses no threat to neighbors, but it could cost up to $4 million to remove the lead-tainted dirt. Good evening, I'm Renata Steele.
I'm Scott Kirk. Thanks for choosing Twin Tiers tonight in high definition. Now, tests of soil samples taken from the construction site of the new Corning Painted Post High School came in with lead in the soil.
And even though cleanup will probably cost millions, district leaders say the facilities project is still on budget. WENY TV's Joe Malillo checked out the site today. He joins us live in the studio. Joe.
Renata, solid waste found about 2 to 15 feet underground was contaminated material with small traces of lead from brick, ash, glass, and other manufacturing materials.
And if our water becomes contaminated because of this issue, it's going to be an even bigger pain it's going to be a big pain.
Michael Kane lives right next to the construction. He knew the ground had glass and brick in it, but didn't know about any lead.
Before, we used to find cullet down here. It's just like old glass, and actually I was digging up our rhubarb plant and I found some more out there anyway. And, I guess if you're building a parking lot in a toxic dump ground, then, you're going to find something down there.
Today, crews started to remove about 700 tons of contaminated soil from the construction zone. Now, although that may sound like a lot of dirt, only a small portion of that is actually contaminated.
Buried in the ground, it's not a threat. It doesn't leach. It stays within the glass product in particular that it's in. And the problem is when you dig and disturb it, you have to get rid of it.
The removal will cost the district between $2 and $4 million. That money will come from savings from this year's mild winter and reserve funds.
As of right now, we don't really have a firm figure on what that's going to. We've been told $2 to $4 million, but we aren't going to really know until they finish up.
Now, tomorrow night, the school board will vote on the spending to cover the cost of the cleanup. Live in the studio, Joe Malillo, WENY TV News.